As a stage.
Okay, gotcha.
The stage is a beautiful place, man. It allows for complete freedom and just like unexpected magic, you know?
It is.
Just pops off, man.
It definitely is. It's a different world.
It is, right?
For sure.
Does this feel like a stage of some sort?
It does.
Right.
It does. It's kind of funny. I've played in front of like 2,000 people before, like years ago. Uh-huh. You put a camera on me, I like mess up all the time. Like when I'm in here, like trying to do TikTok videos, I should do the outtakes because it's me like, shit, god damn. Like I started and like, God, this like 7 times. I played this song a million times, and now I can't even get through like the first, like the intro without messing up because the camera's on me, and
then you're putting so much pressure on yourself, and then you're just like, I just gotta nail it, and then your body's just like, nah, man, it's gotta flow.
Yeah, like when I go on a regular stage in front of people, then it's just I don't even think.
Yeah.
But in front of a camera, it's like, oh shit,
sucking the energy. I know it's tougher, man. It's like there's so many more people there. I mean, there is going to be, a lot of potential of a lot of people watching this, right? More than could come to a live show, but there's something different, right? There's something different.
It's like who's over here, like, well,
yeah, it could be anybody in there. They can pause, they can rewind it, it can zoom in on your face.
Oh no, oh no,
oh man. Well, we're already in it, but guys, welcome to this Juan time tonight. To my guest is, what do you go by, man? Is it
Andy from Neato is fine.
Andy from Neato.
That's my Instagram handle.
I love it. Yeah, Andy.
It's simple. It makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. You make a lot of sense, but at the same time, you don't make a lot of sense, man. It's my first time in your home. I'm in love with it.
Cool. I'm glad you like it.
I'm in love with the vibe.
You like AndyLand. It's pretty fun.
AndyLand is a beautiful
I got to get a
here.
bottle opener.
Yeah, get it, man. Dude, you got so much artwork up here. You got so much going on outside. It's just like there's so much interest.
There's definitely a lot going on here.
There's a lot of interest here, but the big thing is that it's a very cool vibe. It's anywhere you look, you could stare for 30 minutes and you'll find something new each time, man.
And it'll be different next time you come over too, probably. It's just the ADHD brain. It's like I can't sit still.
Undiagnosed, but I mean, bro, I love it. I love it. So have you always been a very outgoing artist per se?
No, actually no. I moved out to Arizona like, I don't know, 20 something years ago to go to school.
Yeah.
And I was playing guitar, and one of my friends out here, my friend Jess, she's like, you should bring your guitar out here. Like, you play, like, come bring it out to where you're going to college. So I brought it out, and I just wanted to play, like, rhythm guitar. I wanted to be, like, really good, just, like, rhythm guitar. I don't know why it's, like, kind of boring, but, like, that's, like, my thing. I like it.
Yeah.
Complex rhythms. Not so much leads, just, like, complex rhythms, like song structure.
You're driving the track.
Yeah, and that's all I wanted to do. And I came out here, and I joined this band. It was her boyfriend at the time. Her boyfriend's, like, new band. Their old band broke up, and... And I joined the band, and I went to tryouts, and they're like, oh, you're really good. You can be in the band. I was like, cool. And then we're trying out singers for like weeks.
Yeah.
And like, they were terrible. Like, absolutely terrible. I was like, oh my God, like I'm surprised they even came to like practice. Like, it was really bad.
Yeah,
you know? I was like, it's like embarrassing, you know? You're like, oh God, this guy should just go.
Was this people just answering Craigslist ads at the time?
This is a long time. This is before Craigslist. That's a long time ago. And then like one day I was like, oh, this is so stupid. Like, we need to make some I'm like, let me try at least to get us through this practice. You know? Yeah. And I sang and I actually had fun, and it was pretty cool because I can sing and play guitar by myself in my room.
Which is a task, man.
Yeah, I had to learn that. I had to teach myself that. But I call myself, I'm like the singer by default. Like, I really like to write songs and play guitar, and it's like, fine, I'll sing. So I don't really have the voice of an angel. It's a little raspy, but it goes good with certain stuff. And singing's a good challenge for me. Yeah. Like, guitar's like easy now. So like,
gotcha.
Singing is I just practice guitar so I don't have to worry about it, and sing, so I can focus on singing.
Gotcha. Yeah. So all the movements become second nature, and now you can focus on hitting the notes.
Definitely.
Oh man, what So what's harder for me? Like we were talking about outside, like singing to me is like one of the most vulnerable, if not the most vulnerable, and just like scary, thing to do, to perform as an entertainer. It's for me, but also writing lyrics, man. Like, maybe writing a poem, a deep poem, a romantic poem. Like there's a lot of vulnerability in that. But what do you find harder? Is writing the lyrics or singing them?
Singing for sure.
Yeah.
Singing is like it's. I'm still a work in progress.
Yeah,
I don't really consider myself a singer. Like, I'm the singer in my band. But
what I've heard sounds great, man.
Oh, thanks. My raw practicing here. I've been practicing for the big show.
Well, then I was listening. I've been listening to your Spotify, and I was listening to on the way here. So, yeah, man, it's. I don't know, man. I like unique voices as well. I mean, sure,
I like unique everything.
Yes, yeah, man. Because I mean, you see those shows, like all those singer shows, and they're great. But it's like, where is the personality and where's the authentic, the uniqueness?
There's some amazing talent out there, but they have to sing a song that's like an old song that everyone knows. And oh, that's really cool. I like going and seeing live music and stuff, and real true art.
Yeah, and like I said, that magic just coming alive in front of you, on stage, man.
To create something, like to create something from nothing is a good feeling.
Do you have an alter ego on stage?
I actually don't. I think I'm pretty much the same. Yeah. I'm just kind of goofy all the time. And
yeah.
I don't really get nervous. I'm just like, whatever. Kind of get up there, and I like to interact with the crowd. It's fun. Fun.
Is it? Do you like go out in the crowd? Do you
sometimes
do chants?
If I got a wireless, I might go walk out for a little bit or stand on a table or something. But I'm a little older now. I don't want to break a hip or something. I'll break my wrist.
No, man.
Standing on a table at a bar.
Those days might be behind you, but I don't know, man. You're in great shape. 47 looks good on you, man.
Thank you. 47 going on like 17.
If I can say your age on air, I didn't realize.
I don't care. It is what it is.
Well, you fucking look great, man. You're great. So what inspired the latest album? Where most of those songs come from.
There's a lot of songs. There's 17 songs on there.
Wow.
And our last album we released was in 2021.
Okay.
So it's been a while.
And that was in the heart of COVID. Well,
yeah, it was like kind of at the tail end of it. Yeah. It was cool. It was an EP. We had like 5 songs. We've only done 4 or 5 songs like with this band. We've never done like an LP, a full length. So I'm like, all right, well, we need to record again. We were doing the live stream thing, and then live music came back. So the stream's over.
Gotcha.
All Kristen and Paul and I, like, they started playing shows again, and I'm like, all right, I'm kind of sitting around because I don't want to play out that much anymore. So I'm like, all right, so let's do an album. So I got like 10 songs together of like mostly new ones and a couple old ones. And then we went into Underdog Studios to record with Ricardo. And like as we're like we've never really played these songs together as a band because we hadn't practiced and stuff. So my bandmates like learned these songs, most of them in the studio. So some of them we haven't played like together in front of a crowd. We've just started practicing them. Like,
because you mentioned that, and like you're like, we haven't played this one live yet. And I was like, whoa! And you guys are about to debut them.
Yeah, and I kept adding like older songs from my old band and songs that were never released or wasn't a good recording or whatever. Yeah. And I kept bringing more and more songs. I got up to 18, and then we cut one at the end. But Ricardo was like, "Oh my god!" So we did the whole thing, and you usually go in the studio and you like, you do drums first for all the tracks, and then you do bass or guitar, however your order is.
Yeah.
Ours was like all over the place because I'm like, I have 2 new songs, the 2 new punk songs and a reggae song. So show you'd have to come in and play drums, and then I have to do the whole thing over and like write bass lines in the studio, and like it was a different one. Probably never do it again.
Really?
But,
well, isn't that almost? It's almost like the throwback way that bands would do it. Go to a cabin for 3 weeks and you write the album then and there. Yeah, right. It's what it was kind of like.
Yeah, it was cool, except, I don't know. I think usually the label pays for that when you do that, right? It was just me and Underdog. Like, I'm like, all right.
Yeah. They're like, hey, we're going to put you in this cabin.
Tonight.
We're going to put you in this cabin, and how much coke and weed and booze do you need? All right, that's in your rider.
I saw a place on the internet once. It's in Texas, and you can it's like $10,000 or something. And you go stay at this like ranch, and they have like dirt bikes and like ATVs and quads and like, farm animals, and like it's like this place like you can just hang out.
Yeah.
And like a killer recording studio in there. And it's like, wow, that'd be so cool. And they're like the commercial, they're all riding dirt bikes and stuff. That's like a vacation.
Yeah, but when are you in the studio? Well, I guess you do need a break, man. I mean, you need a like
whatever. Yes, sign me up.
Dude, tell me about it. I'm all about that, man. Extracurricular activities, that's where I'm at. And it's hard for me to focus and like to sit down and write a song. I mean, that is something to me. That's also that, again, it's a task. I'm just like, well, for one, I can't sing, right? So I'm like, I don't even know how it's going to sound good and how it's going to go. But yeah, that would be my biggest distraction. Is
you can let me go write
Everyone
can sing.
Yes.
Everyone can sing.
I would agree there. I can sing. I just need to find out.
I can't sing well yet.
Yes. How to properly use my voice.
I mean, seriously, if I can do it, Like it just takes a little bit of work, but once you get over the hump, then you're all right.
Cheers, man. Cheers. What so you said you've had this show booked for 156 days, right?
153.
53. So how long did the album take?
The album took like 2 years because I took a trip at the beginning, and then my bandmates all play in other bands.
Yeah.
So like it's kind of hard to schedule us.
Gotcha.
To get everyone together.
Yeah.
So we kind of just did it in pieces.
Okay.
Whoever's around, stop by and do their part because there was really no order to it. So it's like, hey.
That's the beauty of technology these days, right?
Yeah, I always think back to like, I don't know, probably 60s, 70s. Like Bob Marley, those first recordings, that was the end of like the record. Like they put the record on and like, and like he's got like 8-10 people there, singers and like horns and like one person's messes up, throw the record out. It's like it has to be right every time. It's like I think musicians of like yesteryear, were much more talented, just much more skilled and disciplined. I think.
They had to be more disciplined.
We mess up all the time. You got Pro Tools. You got if you listen to pop music, there's like auto tune. You don't even have to know how to sing at all. Like it's easy to just erase, go back, cut and paste. The cut and paste trick. You know, it's like, ooh.
I think the bar for entry is super low, but the bar to stand out, it's hard.
It's a weird place. It's like, how do I say it? It's like, oh my God. I forgot what I was going to say.
Something's in my throat.
I know. Are you all right? Do you need like the Heimlich or something?
No.
You okay?
I don't know. Something's like digging like right here.
No, I was going to say, so like anyone can be a musician now, and that's fantastic. Quote musician, like you haven't like music you hear on the radio is like you have a nice iPad or like a nice computer, or you can make songs on your phone and videos. You can do everything on your phone and post it to the internet.
Yeah, you can,
and that's great because everyone can do it. But at the same time, it's like you're gonna get some stuff that's not so great, that's out there. But
you're casting a wide net. That's what it is.
Exactly.
But
it's good though because there's people who like I sing in the shower and I don't want to just make a track on your get a little app, make a track, post it to your whatever, and like give it to your friends. And
there's plenty of art. There's plenty of art being made that's not good, and there's plenty of art that could be made that people are too scared to do and to bear. And I think it's harder than it is, these days to make it. But it is. You are casting a wide net because I experience it at my work where I sell instruments. Like people come in for the chord buddy every now and then. Are you familiar with that? Where like you literally hit one button and it hits the strings. Yeah.
And you're just like these kids today.
It's not even kids. It's really older people with a job that don't have the time. Is what it is, and they just want the instant gratification of doing it. Yep. Which, hey man, if you had a long day and you have the opportunity to pick up an instrument and still make a creation of something and it relaxes you, it's a beautiful thing. But also, you're getting people that otherwise wouldn't be disciplined enough or have that really artistic value to create something, but we're also bringing in other people that maybe just need an extra little bit to make it a little bit easier, and then they can really go with it. Because you can remove that thing, you can take it off, and eventually, this is what I know it should sound.
Edits. Lots of editing.
Yeah, man, so many options. You're just slowly upgrading yourself.
You are,
right?
And it's great because like I write. Like I like to write my feelings. As much as I talk, you'd think that I get it out there. It's like, nope, I have to write.
There's a lot more in there.
And it helps playing guitar to do that. But like anytime you have a sort of medium that you can express yourself, even if it's just to yourself, you know, or to sing to your dog or whatever. Yeah. Or paint a picture or something. And anytime you have an opportunity to do that, you should do that because that's really the human experience.
Well, and that's what it should be, right?
Make stuff.
I mean, we want other people to enjoy it. We want it to sell. We want it to be, reach a lot of people. But at the end of the day, we're still doing it for us, right? I need to get this out of me.
It's this album was really like for me. Really, my bandmates were like, geez, 17 songs. I'm like, trust me, 3 parts. Like it's kind of I had to get a lot of old stuff out. I don't know, it just had to be done, and it's done, and I'm really excited. It came out really good.
Good, man.
Ralph Patlin mastered it. Ricardo engineered it, and I couldn't be happier. And we got a killer video. The killer video is so
the video's
so great.
Well, and I've been hearing it for a while because, Ricardo will take the recordings in. He's like, this is the latest mix, and he'll play it, so he'll play a bunch of the songs he's working on.
It's a leak.
So, I get extra listens in there. But yeah, there's a quote from DJ Jazzy Jeff recently that it's like, don't go to the grave with anything inside, man. Like, get those creations out, get it out.
I think like Michelangelo said something like that. It's like, don't die with your music still inside of you.
Yeah, man. With the song.
But DJ Jazzy Jeff, you gotta make stuff new. So. Give him credit too. He can have credit.
That's where I'm hearing.
He's bringing it back.
Yeah. He's bringing
a spin on it.
Well, see, now I'm gonna go home and research some more Da Vinci, man. That's what it is. You know,
perhaps I probably saw it in a meme. So like, I don't know, the internet.
Don't trust what you hear on the internet. Yeah. Abraham Lincoln. Yeah. No, that's the big thing, and that's what I'm feeling too. Like, there's a lot of things that I need to create. There's a lot of jokes and premises that I haven't gone to the stage with because I haven't, practiced them, enough.
And you're a musician first, right? Yeah, and then you're like getting into comedy. That's really cool. That's so cool. That's like saying like, I like painting, but I think I'm gonna go do basket weaving or whatever. Yeah. It's like to totally switch things is like really cool. It's brave. Yeah. And
thanks, man. I mean, it's
and I was telling you earlier, stand-up comedy. I think that's like the craziest thing to do. I told you, like, I can hide behind my guitar, I can sing a song and like get my head out of it. But, like, if I'm just standing there, you tell a couple jokes and you're bombing it. It's like, oh man. God, you like feel bad for the person. Like if you're watching them, you're like, oh man, he should just get off stage.
Well, it's just so tough, man.
I don't want to be there.
Anybody in the audience has made someone else laugh, right? Anybody in the audience had a quick comeback where they're like, oh, that was good. And so like nobody watching you on stage, if somebody's never picked up the guitar, they've never hit a note like that. They've never made a solo like that. Meanwhile, in your head, you're like, oh man, I missed 10 notes here. I chunked that one up, but they don't know any different. But if you mess up, if you stumble on your punchlines, man, people know because it just sounds like it should just be conversation.
Maybe you can borrow. I have an ukulele. You can borrow that on stage. So when you do mess up, just like strum a couple of things,
And here's a C chord.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It's definitely interesting.
You gotta have an exit strategy,
Yeah, you do. You have to have ways to come out of it.
All right, I'm not doing so hot tonight. I'm gonna play a song for you guys on ukulele. Well,
yes. Hey. Well, a lot of the times it is to acknowledge it. Acknowledge, hey, man, that joke didn't land. Yeah. All right,
I think in comedy, people, I only speak for myself, but like I like the real comic. I like the person who it's not really like an act. They're just kind of up there and they kind of seem, it seems like they're just kind of goofy, kind of real. Like the real people make mistakes.
Yes.
I make mistakes all the time.
Yeah, man.
Same. Like all the time.
I'm learning. Even I make mistakes. Even I knew better.
Yeah. I think Bob Ross, the fan, is like, no, there are no mistakes.
Yeah,
right? It's just
happy accidents.
Yeah, happy little accidents.
Yeah, man.
It's like, let's put some trees right there. Cool.
What a Bob Ross fan. Were you a big Bob Ross fan with all this artwork?
I used to watch him when I was a kid. I don't really know what happened. Stopped watching it. Didn't his son take over?
His son took over for a season or two.
There was like a scandal, or I don't know.
I don't remember. I'm sure there is, man.
Yeah.
If there's money to be made off of any artist, there's going to be a scandal behind it.
This art is from my friend Patrice Don Paco. He paints these for me. I picked him out. I'm like, I want a tiger. He's like, done.
Really? That's dope, man.
And he had a zebra one. I saw it. I was like, I want that one too. Going for like the African theme because I got all my Egyptian gods and goddesses up there. And
the badger.
And then I was like, yeah, honey badger. He's like, honey badger? What is that?
You don't give a fuck.
And he's from Cote d'Ivoire. He's from Ivory Coast.
Oh, is he?
He's like, honey badger.
Wait, this one?
Yeah, I'm like, honey badger, man. Yeah, he's really good. He does a thing. It's called AUA. He does an art thing downtown.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's a good painter. He's fun. I'm like, I want a honey badger. I'm like, make it gnarly.
That is gnarly, man.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, he ain't backing down from whatever that is.
Yeah.
The tiger symbolism is. I mean, I've always liked tigers. I've always been drawn to them. I remember doing a report on them in 6th grade.
They are very mysterious, very interesting.
My last mushroom trip last month, I had a ton of tiger visions.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was like looking it up, and in Mexican culture, it's like courage and pride and protective forces, and it's the feminine side of it, of your inner animal or the being.
A tigress, if you will. Yes.
Well, and that was immediately following my kind of acknowledgement or realization that God was a female force. God is depicted as a male force.
I think
for a lot of
if
people.
it is.
Yeah.
If it has to be either or, I would say definitely female. Definitely.
I mean, you're breathing life, right?
Yeah.
Man, the femininity. Yeah, but that for whatever reason, I was on that wavelength this last trip, and so that makes a lot of sense. So I was kind of wanting to sit on the tiger side, but you called it.
I have a relationship with tigers. I really like them. They're just really cool.
They're majestic. Well, and you spent time in Thailand, right?
I did. I lived in Thailand for 2 years.
Did you see? It was,
I have pictures of me like laying on top of them and like the big ones and holding the cubs and stuff. It's pretty crazy.
Oh, damn.
Then I found out later, I was like, yeah, a lot of them are like drug them or like whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, you hear.
Probably should have eaten me for sure.
You would have made a tasty.
I have a tattoo of Thailand on my ribs.
Yeah,
my ribs are here, and it's all tiger stripes.
Oh, it is tiger stripes.
Yeah.
Is it? Would that be the Bengal tiger that's still out there? Is that what it is? Do you know?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know. I just know a tiger's a tiger, and we're seeing in the wild.
I'm still thinking my sixth grade. Yeah. Oh no. Exactly. Well, that's why like they were saying that certain antelope and antelope in the U.S. are so fast was because of it. We used to have the American tiger, which was fast as heck. I mean,
I bet.
Yeah. So they had to outrun those. So yeah, you see a tiger, you're done, man. Don't they wear did they have those masks with the face on the back?
Face on the back in like India and stuff?
Yeah.
And like that part of the world, yeah. Because they supposedly they only pounce on you from behind.
Yeah.
Because they want the advantage.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have I don't know. If someone's like, here you go in the tiger cage or whatever, like go hang out in the forest with that on. I wouldn't feel very safe.
Right. No. You don't know.
Big animals like that, Oof.
And they're
painting's scary.
But I think cats do. I think they kill you first before they start eating you, unlike bears and wolves.
I've heard that lions, when they'll like lay on top of you and it's like start licking you and it's like eating you alive. That's what I heard. Yeah. So sorry.
Not a way I want to go. Not a way I want to go.
So your house cat though, if like your common house cat, if it could kill you, it would definitely kill you. It would kill you in your sleep.
No doubt. Yeah, the cat we have right now, Miss Chubbs. I know you would eat me if I didn't wake up for 2 days.
She's gonna watch this.
Chubbs is a guy, but my girlfriend will watch it. So no, I'm talking shit.
Chubbs,
big fluffy.
Chubbs sounds like the name of a killer.
Yeah, right. Well, he's fat from eating people. Hey, so what took you out to Thailand and what brought you back?
A lot of things on both ends of that. I kind of hit it like a low. Everyone goes, you're low in your life, your quarter life crisis or whatever.
Yeah, I'm close, if not there.
Midlife, whatever it was. And I just needed to get out of here. I was in a relationship, went sour, and it just like a lot of things happened. Had to go to rehab. It was my rock bottom. I got sober and like cleaned up a bit and like everything was going well on it, but I just needed something new. Needed a new break.
Yeah. So, a restart, going to a new place where your habits aren't like around the corner.
Fresh start. You gotta really have a fresh start. I had the luxury of being able to go there, which was nice, and I just fell in love with the place. It was like it's the nicest people in the world, like best food I've ever had.
What time was this? What years?
This is 2013, November 2013. I went for the first time.
Nice, man.
Back in February 2014, I kept going back. I was interviewing at schools. I got like 2 job offers. I wanted to teach English out there and rent my house out here. And I had a Thai girlfriend, and we owned a market in Bangkok.
No shit.
But like these 3 sources of income was going to bring like probably like $3,000 back then in US. But in Thailand, it's the exchange rate's 33 to 1, 35 to 1. So like I was going to be a school teacher that owned a market. And I was going to live in a penthouse in Bangkok on like the 27th floor. I was looking at these apartments. I'm like, it's like, can you afford it? I'm like, yeah. Kind of crazy. Like teachers don't live in penthouses here. I was a teacher here. Yeah, it's not like that. And teachers there are like revered. They're like revered. Like the parents are thank you so much for teaching your child English.
Yeah, respect.
They bring you food and like, it was pretty cool. They're the nicest people though of everywhere that I've been. I've been to like 17 or 18 countries.
I hear really good
Thai
things.
Is just like,
which is crazy because of the fighting style, right? The Muay Thai.
The Muay Thai. Yeah,
it's
great. I did Muay Thai training out there, and I got beat up by guys that were like 98 pounds. Kicked me. One guy kicked me in the ribs twice in like a fraction of a second. But super cool. We all had noodles and beers after, and it was so cool. It's a lot of fun.
What's the alcohol out there? What do they drink?
There's a few types of Thai beers. There's like Leo. It's like a picture of a leopard on the front. Leo. And then beer Sing. It looks like Singha, but it's beer Sing. That's like a It's like a dry beer.
Okay.
It's like Japanese beer kind of.
Yeah.
And then there's Chang. Chang means elephant in Thai. So Chang beer had
Was
the
it?
elephant. That was like a little.
Like
that was like
elephant?
more like Moosehead, like the green bottle. It's a green bottle beer.
Okay.
Like a little bit like that, and yeah. And then whatever else you want. Anything you want, it's in Thailand.
Really,
it's
man.
like after my first trip there, I was like, wow.
Especially
that was the
Bangkok,
real
right?
trip. Yeah, Bangkok. That was the real trip. I'm like, wow, my government has just been lying to me forever. Like land of the free. I'm like, wow.
Right.
Like I don't want to go home. I got all these taxes and just rules and HOAs and just all this shit.
Yeah,
There's so much shit here.
So much regulation.
You go there, it's like, woo. Live free. Live free. Everyone do whatever you want.
I tell you, you wouldn't like the HOA by your backyard.
I'm the HOA here on my block.
Yeah.
Just because I say so. I'm the governor of my block. I own the most houses. So I guess I have some seniority, I guess.
Yeah.
That's why I put the big mural, the Neato mural. No one's going to say anything. I know all
Okay.
my neighbors. Everyone's
Yeah.
cool. I play my guitar all the time, loud. Mm-hmm. Everyone's really cool here. I like
What's up with your
neighborhood.
fixture here, man? You've been here for so long.
I have. I really have.
Especially
Long
in neighborhoods
time.
these days, they change all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here to stay.
Yeah.
This is like my hub.
Mm-hmm.
Like Phoenix is great. I could always go home to California and stay with my parents. I got cousins and friends all over
Yeah.
the world, and it's like got a really good airport here. I can just hop on
Yeah.
60 and go anywhere.
No, I love
Vegas
Arizona.
Vegas is close. LA, like anywhere you want to go, it's right in the middle. And the
Right.
airport's so clean here. I grew up in LA, so like I had LAX. I remember being a little kid and asking my dad, I'm like, Dad, what's that guy doing? And my dad's like, real proper. He's like, he's urinating on the wall. I'm like, oh, why? He's like, because he doesn't have a home. Like, I'm like, oh, why doesn't he use the bathroom?
Urinating on the wall, man.
Yeah.
I'm
my
I
mother's
want that to
child.
be my comedy album, my first comedy album.
I'm my
Urinating on the
mother's
wall.
child, so I'm a little more free
Yeah.
speaking. My dad's very reserved. So it's kind of funny.
What did he do for work?
My dad was an ER doctor.
Okay,
For many years, yeah. So he's like super calm, like super just. He's the guy you want operating on you.
Yeah.
And you get shot. You know. He's
Was
like,
George
all right, let's
Clooney?
just take care of this. Yeah.
Was
yeah.
just a depiction of your dad?
Yeah, pretty
in
much.
ER?
Pretty much. He says all those shows though. He's like, there's no time. There's no time for drama and someone's dating whoever. It's like people are dying. It's like work. 18-hour shifts, 24-hour shifts.
Yeah,
it's like,
man.
Like these shows. It's like Chicago and someone dating someone. It's like what?
Yeah.
Like he worked at the busiest hospital in the state of California. It was St. Francis Medical Center in Linwood, California.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Linwood.
Yeah.
Like rappers don't even get out of there. Like it's like Linwood. It's like Inglewood. Nope. Linwood. It can be pretty rough. At least back then it was. That's for sure.
Well, that would have been what, the 90s?
That was the 90s. Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. The height of all that.
Yeah,
What?
dude,
How long did he do that for?
I think 25 years. Yeah.
Man. What about your mom? What'd she do?
She took care of me. I was a handful.
Yeah?
Me and my sister. Yeah.
Yeah, sister.
I'm a full-time job.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah. I feel that. Well, yeah, man. You're writing songs like crazy. You're doing
This
in
is
the
the
backyard.
This is the toned down mellow version,
Which
of
is
me that you
crazy.
get.
Well, I guess your pets kind of balance you out because your dog Mike is super calm, and then you got a turtle in the back.
Mike has terrible anxiety, and so do I. We're just like we have manners right now because you're a guest in our home, right, Mike? Oh, that's not Mike. It's fake Mike.
I keep looking at that,
Miguel.
thinking it's that's Miguel.
It's Miguel.
Oh,
It's a stunt double
guy.
I want to do some videos and use the dog and like no, Mike, and like the doll, like the dog get injured or something.
Man, you should. He needs to be at the show.
That's a great idea. And don't tell anyone. Just kind of put him on stage in the back.
Yeah. Put him in a cage, and then be
Right.
like, "Get that dog out of the cage."
We're doing it.
Yeah.
The
What?
dog's catatonic.
So, what brought you back from Thailand? Your work visa run out, or
It's really far. The
Yeah.
only thing I don't like about it is
what's
it's
the
really
time
far.
difference? Like 14 hours?
Bangkok is 12 hours ahead. Or no, it's 14 hours ahead of Phoenix. Yeah.
Okay.
So like, what time is it now? Like 8 o'clock here.
Yeah.
So it's 6.
It's
or
math.
10 a.m. It's 10 a.m. there.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So when you go there
In the future.
it's so far. It's about 8,000 miles away. I think.
Is there a layover?
Well, this is the deal.
Yeah.
One day I timed it. Right. Timed it from the second I walked out of my front door until I walked into the door of the hotel.
Okay.
And I had no layovers. It was boom, boom, boom. And it took 26 hours. Nonstop traveling. You got to fly from here. You got to go to. There's a few directs to whatever, but basically you got to fly to LA or San Francisco.
Yeah,
that's phase 1. Then you got to cross the entire Pacific Ocean and land in either Hong Kong, Tokyo, or Seoul.
Okay.
And then we get there. It's like 2.5, 3 hours to Bangkok.
Yeah.
So there's like 20 hours of like of just like being in the air. The flight going that way against the wind, like going to Thailand across the Pacific is like. It's very long, and then like we leave on Thursday night. You get there Saturday morning. You're like, what the fuck happened to Friday?
You lost a day, right?
You lose a day going there.
What if you went on your birthday?
Then you're jet lagged because you're flying at like 60,000 feet or something. Like it's hauling butt. And
damn. What if you went on your birthday, dude? You would have lost your birthday. Like you're just like, oh, I just didn't turn. I didn't turn this year.
Yeah, I mean that's a question for like a physicist or something. Someone smarter than me. But yeah, then you come back, it's not as bad coming. You're coming back, you're sad because you're like, I'm fucking leaving this place. I'm going back to my taxes and my garbage, right?
Yeah,
and my crappy food and stuff. You come back, and once we got so I flew from Bangkok to Japan, and then I was flying over here, but we got like a tailwind once, and on the airline I was on, it's called. Cathay Pacific. It's like a high-end Chinese airline kind of. It's nice. It has like the GPS and stuff. You can watch the plane like on your flight and they have all these movies. All the way better than like American companies that run airlines. And we caught a tailwind. We were going 726 miles an hour. Yeah, it was crazy.
Dang, what did that feel like, man? You're like,
you
were going down for a little bit, or
it gets crazy. We're going really fast, but then it got really turbulent for a while.
Yeah,
and it was a red eye, so everyone on the plane is asleep except for me. And I'm watching that movie Gravity. Sandra Bullock.
Yeah.
And it's like it's all space and like shit's blowing up everywhere. And like it was dark in the plane, and I'm watching this, and like I can't turn it off. I want to, but I'm like I got to see what happens. And there'd be like something in the movie would happen, and like boom, and the space gravity stuff's happening, she's flying out of the whatever, and like then there'd be turbulence going 700 miles an hour. So I jump out of my seat and I screamed several times. I thought the plane was gonna go down. I really did. So don't do that. It was like virtual reality. It's like they're watching this movie.
Yeah. Do you get a little lost in movies? Do you like get sucked in like that? Or
was on that one, yeah, because I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie, so it's like.
Yeah,
it's like I know I should turn it off, but like it was just great.
Yeah. Well, you skateboard, you surfboard.
I can't surf anymore, unfortunately. I have a shoulder issue from weightlifting and football, and I'm working on it. I just got to get through this show. I've been putting off like surgery and stuff, and I want to look into some other stuff. But yeah, I can't swim really.
Gotcha.
Kind of sucks, and I don't want to be out there with one arm swimming because then on a surfboard, then I'll look like the wounded seal.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll be like a target for like a great white or something.
Yep.
Like he's wounded. He's got one flipper. So try to stay out.
A little Higgins breakfast.
Yeah, right. I don't want to go out like that. But, so no surfing. No, I really don't do much physical activity anymore, actually. But it's kind of nice because I don't eat as much.
Yeah.
It's like, that's really the trick.
Crazy.
That's all I had to do. If you don't lose weight, it's like, don't eat as much.
It's crazy.
It's easier said than done, but it's like, people are like, you look great. I'm like, really? I feel like I'm a skeleton of who I was like 2 years ago.
Yeah. No, man. It's really that simple, and you're doing your body a favor, man, by giving it a break. And it's like, imagine just running your car for a week straight. It's like, no, man.
It's like the air conditioning is in Arizona in summer. It's like on top of my house. It's just like running all the time.
Yep.
It's just like, oh man, who put that up there? Why is that up there?
You got to give it a break. And there's some strength and a sense of power by controlling your hunger. I fasted recently for 3.5 days every 2 weeks for like 3 months.
That's really good for you.
It was the last two got a little tough, especially because I was still doing workouts in between.
It's hard when you're burning a lot of calories because your body's gonna say whatever. But I think my theory is like Americans, like we eat when we're bored. How many times have you like opened your fridge? You're like, I'm hungry. You go, you open the fridge, just staring.
And you know what we do?
No, I don't want that. I don't want that.
You go to the cupboard.
It's like you're not hungry. You're bored.
Yeah. You go to the cupboard and you grab your snack that you eat when you look for your snack in the fridge.
Yeah, then you're snacking on something, looking for another snack.
Yeah,
and you're like, I'm just going to make a sandwich.
This one.
Whatever.
Yeah.
But I had an epiphany when I came back from Thailand. The food there is so fresh.
Yeah.
I ate all kinds of crazy stuff. Like I had everything from like, they have the best Korean barbecue I've ever had. I was in Bangkok. The best Thai food I ever had, obviously.
Yeah.
The best sushi I've ever had. I'm a big sushi guy. It was in Bangkok.
Really?
The food is so good. And I came back here and I was at the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you know, in the Matrix, like when the rows go and all the weapons and stuff. Yeah. I was in there and like I just felt so weird. I hadn't been in like an American grocery store in like a month or two. And like, and I swear in my mind, it's like the aisles went down. I was in the aisles and it's like, God, none of this is food.
None of it's
like
food.
It's not food. It's all like whatever's in the box is like pretty much the box. Like it's like,
just might as well eat the box too.
Yeah, right? You might as well eat the box. The box is probably more nutritious. It probably has less metal and like other stuff they put in it. It's pretty crazy. A lot of epiphanies though. I like going to Thailand, like real poor people. Not that people aren't poor here, but like a whole different type of like, oh my God, it's really bad. And you come back here and people complain like on Facebook, like my boss sucks, blah, blah, blah. My air conditioning broke in my house, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, God, you're on Facebook at work.
Yeah.
You probably drove there in your car and took a hot shower this morning, had something to eat, and you're complaining about how your job sucks. You don't even have to work at your job, apparently, because you're on the internet. Just like little things like that. Or people like, oh, they vent on the internet. It's like, this like sucks. My air conditioning broke in my car. Well, it's like, you have a car?
Yeah, you have a car. I know.
You forget about it. We're very spoiled here. We're very spoiled.
We are.
And you got to like, I learned that. Like, it's a humility. It's
nice that we have the ability to do that. You're right. You should be able to progress as a society and a nation to uplift each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, then it's like, hey, take a second to realize what you really do have.
I wish that everyone could travel.
Yes.
Like, I wish my tax dollars paid for like young adults, like go somewhere for 2 weeks or a month, go to another country and like work in like an orphanage or go do something and like help people and like get that different perspective. Because as much as I love my house, I don't grow very fast here. I grow more when I go to places and I talk to people that I think are not like me. And I realize that we have a lot of similarities. And we can talk about our differences. And like, this place is wild. It's like people like, it's so split. It's so funny. Everything's like political here. And like, you know, I don't want to get into politics, like red or blue. It's like,
well, you
I shouldn't have to pick.
No, you know. Well, it's the problem with identifying with exactly those ideologies and thinking that you can't change or that you already know the answer. You know what's right. When you realize when you travel, it's like, oh, they're doing it different than I would. But you know what? It works for them. And they're nice people. They're kind.
Just like you and me. It's like everyone pretty much wants the same thing, I think, around the world. Like, everyone wants, you know, to live in peace. No one wants to live in a war zone. Maybe start a business, have a family. Like, all these basic things that like everyone wants. It's like the people at the top that are doing all this like stuff. It's like, but everyone's the same. I mean, like, I love it. And like, as like when you start traveling, it's like a fraternity or something. It's like a family where you meet people. And, you know, you get their, like, Facebook or whatever, and you keep in touch. And if you ever go back to that country, you always have a place to stay.
You have a friend,
you know? And I always welcome everyone into my house. And, like, you guys are ever in Arizona or ever in the United States, like, call me. It's kind of cool. It's like, it's good. And, like, you just learn different viewpoints and, like, just crazy stuff. And you can compare, like, what you know here to there. You know, some stuff's similar, some stuff's better, some stuff's worse. And it's pretty cool.
There's differences, man.
I hope I inspire people to travel. With all the traveling it is, I post stuff.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, man.
It's not like, look at me, I'm here. It's like, hey, this place is really cool. Like, there's a way to get here. You just have to. You have to buy the ticket. That's my thing. You just have to buy the ticket.
Get that, and then figure the rest out.
Just buy the ticket. Everything else will come together. If you really want to go somewhere, just like get your credit card, buy the ticket. Ask for work off, and you know if you can't, whatever comes up to it, and you can't get, then that job is not meant for you. Then like you got to do stuff for yourself and enjoy this world, because like pretty soon everything's going to be on a computer screen. It's not going to be real anymore.
I know.
It's like go to Thailand. Thailand's great. It's a great place. It's a little far, but once you're there, it's so cheap. Yeah, it's super fun. Yeah, and I've had friends come after me, and they've met me there, or they've gone on their own. And like, I want to go there. They come back. I'm like, you'll never be the same again. No, you're totally right. You don't miss anything that was going on here.
That's true.
You come back and it's like you're like 3 years older with like wisdom and knowledge and just perspective.
Oh my God, dude.
And it's like the best feeling ever. You're just more calm.
Dude, and then you're hanging around some of the same people that are at the same job complaining about the same things they were 3 years ago.
Yes. And they're like, dude, you have to just book the ticket.
Yeah.
Find the money, credit card, whatever. Just do it, and then that's your goal to work towards. Because once you get back from that trip, you'll never be your old life is just it's old. It's like different. Oh wow, I'm different now.
No, that's what I would want for my kids. You know, I got an 8 and 9 year old, and I have some money set aside, and sure, if you're one of those weirdos that knows what they want to go into right out of high school and you want to go to college and study it, cool. But honestly, take that money that would go to college and travel. Because not only is it going to teach you about the world, but you're going to learn yourself. You're going to learn who you are by being immersed in another country that you don't speak the language, you don't know anybody.
And you can be your true self. Like, your past doesn't define you. When you meet someone from in Spain, let's say you go to Europe and you meet someone in Spain, like, you're just two people talking to each other in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, that moment defines you, not your past, not where you came from, or your job that you hate or whatever. Dang, like, man. You get to go be a human. And in this world, like, we have airplanes and stuff. It's kind of crazy. Like, you go anywhere in the world,
just
like anywhere you want. Step one, book the ticket. Everything else will come together. Pack your backpack. Go to warm weather climates, because then you can just bring a backpack.
Yeah.
And if you go to a country that has a good exchange rate, like, you don't have to pack much. It's like, oh, I forgot my toothbrush or my T-shirt. It's like, well, just buy one for like $2. Like, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
you'll be all right. And you come back and be like a superstar. People are like, what was it like? And you're like, oh, it's so cool. Wow. Like, it's crazy adventure. It's fun.
Do it. It's one of my greatest regrets is I didn't travel before I had kids. When I had the opportunity to. Nothing was really locking me down. But
that's why 8, 9 though. That's you can go on a cruise. Like, they're like mobile. You don't have to like change their diapers and stuff. So that's a good
true.
age. They want to do stuff at that age. I did. I want to do way more stuff than I do now. Now I'm tired. Back then I was like, let's go.
No, I take my son hiking. I want to do a flat iron with him. It's out in AJ, essentially. It's a good one. I think he's ready. It'll be good.
That's cool. You gotta show them stuff.
Yes,
gotta show them stuff.
Yeah. I know the artist. My daughter loves to sing too, man.
Oh, that's right. So, do you guys jam together?
We've jammed quite a bit. I was in a blues band, and I had her come up and sing one of her favorite songs at the time.
No way.
And we did that on stage. Yeah. So she's performed in front of people before.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Start them young. That's great.
Yeah, man, it was awesome.
Did she like it?
Oh yeah, man. It's so addicting, right?
She's got a good voice.
Yeah, she's working on it too. She's in choir class now at school. So
that's fantastic.
Got a little piano, and
everyone should do music. It's sad that it's like the first thing that gets cut.
To go. Listen, I grew up playing sports. I'm sure you played sports too. I love it. Yeah, I love sports. But man, music is another thing, bro.
And it's clinically proven. Like, children who learn a musical instrument, you don't even have to read music. Just be able to play this thing and make sounds come out of it. Like, they do better in all their subjects.
Yeah,
better in school.
Everything.
It teaches you discipline.
It teaches you discipline. You're being creative. You're being mechanical. You're bridging this thing. Yep. Yeah, you're bridging both realms, man.
And you're working with frequencies, so it's like it's a healthier.
That's what we are too.
For your, it is.
That's what we are. Frequencies, man. And animals pick up on that real quick.
You just feel it. Yeah. Like, there's certain notes, like, I can't hear them, but I can feel them. The low bass, where it's like the airy bass. That's a bass now?
You're like, oh, I better clinch. I better clinch. Yeah. Or like Hendrix, man, would say, I don't see music notes, man. I just see colors, Or was that
he took a lot of acid though too?
Yeah, he did. Da Vinci or Hendrix?
Definitely Hendrix. Da Vinci, I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't think they had it back then.
I think what was the choice out there? I think they had mushrooms back then.
I think mushrooms have been here longer than we have. So
yeah, they have. Are you a fan
of mushrooms?
Yeah,
all kinds.
Yeah.
Except the ones that kill you.
Right.
That's what I mean. That it's like, shout out to all the old homies who had to try food for the first time.
Dude, yes.
Like caveman and stuff. You eat it. No, you eat it. Eats it and dies. It's like, okay, everyone don't eat that one. Shout out.
What would they play back in the rock Pyrus shears? Pyrus shears.
Papyrus.
Papyrus shears. Oh, I guess I got to eat it.
The word papyrus today. That's good. That's a good one.
Hey,
papyrus.
Oh man, you should write some lyrics on some papyrus and put it out, man.
Yeah, you gotta. Yeah, it might be tough to rhyme, but
put some of these and you should put put some songs.
We out here.
Papyrus.
The new papyrus, autographed papyrus, available at the show.
Oh, is that tentacles?
Yeah, it's kind of the cover. There's no rules in Neato. We don't have a producer or a manager. We don't have anything. We kind of do whatever and
I love it.
It's just so my friend, I met this dude on Instagram. He's an artist. His name's Noel Priestley, and he drew these really cool drawings. And I was like, hey man, will you draw a picture of me? He's like, yeah. I'm like, I'll pay you. And he just did it, and he didn't charge me. I was like, oh, cool. Well, can you do one for my girlfriend at the time? And he did one of her, and he never charged me. And we just kind of remained friends on Instagram. And then I was like, hey man, I like your stuff. I got an album coming out. Will you draw it? So he drew that for me, and I really like it. And then my other friend from high school, Abraham Feld made a bunch of Neato logos for me, and I'm like, well, can we put this Neato on the flyer or on the album cover? So it's actually two different artists. So,
hell yeah!
Yeah, so it works. I don't know, it works. I like it.
Yeah,
it's definitely our style.
As long as you like it, man, and it feels authentic, like people gravitate towards it, man.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool, and I like octopuses, octopi.
Yeah. They're crazy. They're alien, man.
They're super smart.
They're so smart.
And they can like fit anywhere, and they have like 3 brains, and like they're very underestimated.
Yeah, man. I don't know why, man. And
I
they
have
can
a tattoo.
change textures.
I have a tattoo of one.
Yeah. I used to have my license plate used to be Kraken.
Nice.
Man, they're alien, man. Is really what it is.
Yeah, I think there are some creatures that you're just like, whoa, like praying mantises. It's like, I think aliens would look like that.
Yeah, right.
Octopus, and the deep sea fish, those weird ones that have like they have bioluminescence and stuff. Like, wow, that's what I imagine what an alien would be like.
Yeah. You had to create your own light, man. I think you create your own light, you know, with you putting your art out. You know, you know, as artists, you can create your own light.
Yeah, I think everyone's got their thing. You just have to find it, you know, and it's going to take work. You know, it's going to take a little work.
Yeah, people think it's just, you just knew that this is what you wanted to do. But no, you worked at it for a bit, and then after a while, you're like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah, people say, if I have like a really good night and play guitar really well, people are like, oh, like you're so talented. I'm like, it's like the T word. It's like, oh, I practice more than anyone I know.
Right.
So...
You know what?
I think there's some natural something that draws you towards it, and it just feels comfortable. But like it wasn't. I took my mom let me take lessons when I was 12 years old. I was like, I want to play guitar. She's like, all right. So I went to the music store, and I rented an electric guitar and a little amp, and I took lessons for 3 months.
Yeah.
And I was the worst guitar player like in the history of everything. I was some little guy, you know. I had little hands, and like it was just so hard. I hurt my fingers. It was just like, oh, it's hard. It's really hard. Yep. And I didn't. Electric tuners had like just came out then. So like I had like my guitar teacher would like hit the tuning fork, ding, and like tuning my guitar to like, and like it's really hard because you can't hear. I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing.
You're working on it.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
And after 3 months, I was like, Mom, I don't think I'm good enough at this. You know? She's like, oh. She's like, you don't want to keep trying? I'm like, no, I think I'm going to try something else. She's like, all right. But I had the guitar and the amp rented for like another like 3 weeks or something.
Okay.
So I kept it, and I would come home from school, and I'm like 12 years old or something, and like, I'm like, play it, and I'll play it. And I would go in my sister's room. My sister had closet doors that were mirrored.
Okay.
So I would go in there with my guitar and my amp, and I would plug it in, and I'd look in the mirror. I don't know, trying to look cool or something.
Yep.
But I noticed that I could see my hands in the mirror. And I started doing my chords, and it started to make sense when I could see my hands, because it was when I'm a little guy, like crunched over like this. It's like, you know, it's like you got little baby fingers, and like my wrist is not used to doing that. You know, It's just so hard, but I could see it, and it started to come together. And I started playing chords, and one of my friends taught me power chords.
Yeah,
and I was like, ooh, but like, wow, I'm like, all right, distortion and power chords. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And I was like, Mom, I want to keep the guitar. And she ended up buying me a guitar that year. So my mom, Margie, she bought me an Epiphone Les Paul.
I
still have it. I still have it. Yeah, it's pretty beat up.
Tucked away?
It's tucked away.
Yeah, as it should be, man. It's your first.
Yeah. It had like no fear stickers on it. Like stupid stickers on it.
You were a kid, man. Come on, man.
It had like Maui and Sons.
It's what it is, man. It is what it is. That's the thing about starting off is like, you look at it because some people find it hard. For one, you get a guitar that maybe doesn't have really good action, which is the string height.
And it's a full-size guitar.
It's a full size. You know? And as you're starting, you need a peek over, so you're holding it like this. Your hand is kinked. Now that you've played and you know where you're at, it's way more comfortable.
Yeah.
But when you're starting, it's hard.
Once you just got to teach that left hand what to do. The right hand, that's easy. Your picking hand.
Yes.
Easy. It's the left hand. And like my finger, I can hold a lighter to these fingertips and like burn it. I wouldn't even feel it. They're just done. But you know, it wasn't always like that. No. You gotta go through.
You gotta put in. You gotta bleed for your craft, man.
But I I wouldn't change it for the world. I love being able to write songs. I wish I played like piano. If I had played another instrument, probably piano, just because it's like covers everything. If you know a good pianist like knows so much about music and notes and scales, and like it's a good foundation.
It is.
But guitar's good though too. Yeah, it's fun.
No, I tell people if you're going to learn an instrument that's going to cover the range, you do piano. But you know what, man? People talk shit about drummers. The most intelligent people I've worked with have all been drummers.
Really?
I don't know what it is. Yeah. But some that make it.
It's a different.
You're an octopus. You're an octopus, man.
And it's like, I look at it as like dancing. It's like guitar is like hand-eye coordination. Drumming is like body coordination. It's like to be a dancer, like to put your foot here and to do this all in, like a good drummer is like a robot, They go to the metronome. Perfect. Like, I can't do that. That's really hard. It's taken years and years. To be my drummer is a really hard job, actually. It's like, there's like astronaut, nuclear physicist, and then like my drummer, like keeping me in time is very challenging.
And then ER doctor, so he's above your dad.
Right? Yeah. yes. You got to be calm. You got to be patient. Be patient.
Weird. Choke the cymbal. Guitar's tough, man. I try to learn like twice before I actually like. Well, even then, I'm a bass player, and I fiddle on guitar. It's really what
I wish I learned bass first. I think learning a few bass things first, and then going to guitar would be good, because like when you first start learning guitar, you're like, oh, G and like B minor, but you're like, oh, like I just want to hear maybe just some basic letters first, just like play the bass line to Mary had a little lamb, or some little thing. But I really started to get it when I was looking in the mirror, and then when I started to like play along to music that I liked. It's hard to learn the chords, but once you learn like 3, 5, 7 chords, like then you can start figuring stuff out. Like, I listened to a lot of Sublime when I was young, and like I was like, I can play these songs, and I started doing that and tried to start singing at the same time. It all came together, but it was a lot of work. It's years and years.
Yeah, it's fun and fulfilling, but it's still work. I don't know, people see the life of an artist, and they're just like, oh, you're just having fun, you're this, you're that, it's just party, and it's like, nah, man, you don't see the hours and hours.
Yeah, it's like you play a show, and like there's like memes and stuff about this, like, oh, I'm just gonna pay you, like the club owner, I'll pay you an exposure. It's like exposure, like I want $100 or whatever, because it's for paying for the lessons that you took, the practicing and the rehearsal and this and that and writing this. It's not just like showing up and playing. It's like everything that went into that before that that no one sees.
Yeah. It's like when a plumber comes in and you've been trying to fix something.
The glory's in the struggle. Yes, like that's what you're paying someone for.
It is. It's the knowledge that you've learned. Like I said, like if you hire a plumber to come in and fix something that you've been working on for a week and you can't figure it out, and he knocks it out in 30 minutes, but then he still charges you like, hey, it's $300. And it's like, bro, you were just here for 30. Yeah, but
it's like, you're paying for the last like 20 years I've been doing this.
That I learned how to do that. Yeah, exactly.
And overhead.
And overhead. So after the show on Saturday, what's the plan, man? Are you guys trying to get a little small tour? Or?
When I have a show, I like to come home and jump in the pool after.
Okay.
That's like as far as I'm thinking, really.
Okay.
We don't really tour anymore. I mean, I would go on tour. I don't know what everyone's doing though, because like Shoei, my drummer, he's an amazing drummer. He's booked out for months. Katie's going to Europe.
Oh, dope.
In October. I'm excited for her. Christian plays he's in cover bands and all. They're really busy. So I mean, I would go on tour, but I would have to really plan it. Yes. And I'm probably gonna have shoulder surgery maybe. So
that's right, man.
So I don't know. We'll play the show. I think we're playing in November too. We'll go up to the Monte Vista in Flagstaff, like the hotel lounge. It's really cool. I think we're playing there on the 15th. I don't know if Katie's gonna make it though. I'm not sure, but it's kind of scattered. I'm just trying to get everything on the internet, get the music out there. And,
just get it out.
Just live my life, maybe plan a trip somewhere, plan a vacation somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah. What's next? So you've been to Thailand. Where else have you been?
I've been to Thailand, Laos, Cambodia, like 36 or 37 U.S. states. I've been to Costa Rica, Panama.
Yeah.
Where'd I go? No, Honduras. I've been to Guatemala.
Yeah.
And all over Mexico, Canada.
You like the equator. Italy. You like the warmer places.
I like warm places. I like a passport and a backpack. And I go to Thailand for like 2 or 3 months, and then I come home and customs. It's like, where's all your stuff? I'm like, this is it.
Yeah.
Like, really? It's suspicious. It's like,
Just backpacking.
Dude, yeah, it's like 90 degrees there. Like, I need board shorts.
Do you hitchhike a lot when you would do that?
Or
did you always get like bus passes and tickets?
It depends what to do. Like in Europe, I took the train. That was a lot of fun. But like Thailand, I just go, whatever happens. A lot of tuk-tuks. I like taking those tuk-tuks.
What are those, the two-seaters?
Yeah, it's like it's such a weird little thing. It's like a motorcycle, right? So you sit on like a motorcycle, and but it's like a stick shift. Some of them are stick shift, but like handlebars and a stick shift. It's weird. And then behind that is like a raised seat, like a carriage almost, where you sit in the back and like you're higher than the driver. But they have them all like pimped out. Some guys put like rims on them and like ground effects and stereos and funny stickers, and like it's pretty cool. You hop in those and it's open air except for the roof, you know. So like it's a cool way to get around.
It's like really, all the old town carts.
Yeah, there's funny little things. They're just called tuk-tuks.
Yeah,
I like it.
Which one had the biggest impression on you? Would it just be Thailand because of the time that you spent there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna move there permanently. It was just too much stuff going on here, and like it's really far from my family. If something happened, like
is your parents just still around?
My parents live in Manhattan Beach, California. So I go visit them, and I have a sister and 2 nephews and a niece, and I like to be. We don't hang out a lot, but like I like to be near them, you know.
Yeah.
So in case they ever need me. Mm-hmm. You know, so that'd be a little too far. 26 hours if you're lucky.
If everything goes to plan.
Get a layover, it's 36 hours, and then it's like, But if you ever go to Thailand or in Asia or like really far away, you gotta allow a couple days where you're just gonna have to acclimate.
Yes.
You know, so like a week is not. Don't go to Thailand for a week.
Okay.
Don't go because like you'll have like 3 good days there. You'll be so tired when you get there.
Yeah.
You'll be rushed. You want to go there for like a month if you can. If you can work remotely.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Like it's the other side of the world.
Yeah.
Like you go to like Germany or you go to Mexico, like you can kind of figure out the language a little bit, and you can like, you know, like use whatever Latin you have in your head to like figure out words and talk to people.
Yeah.
Thailand, like
it's a different
the alphabet has 67 consonants, 22 vowels, and there's 7 different tones. I think.
Oh my god!
So it's a very descriptive language. So like, could mean like 7 different things. So like, it's pretty tricky. And you write it, like everything looks like a fancy N, but there's like no spaces. And they drive on the other side of the road. They drive on the left side of the road, so it's like street signs are just like whoa.
You
like,
just experienced the craziest rush hour.
I don't like driving over there because the steering wheel's on the right side.
Yeah.
But everything else, the gear shifts in the middle, and like it's just like I don't like doing that.
No, man, that would throw me totally off.
Yeah, it's too crazy for me. I've done it a few times, and it's like, ooh,
that'd throw me totally off. Did you have your guitar down there, or what did you do for music? Really?
I would borrow a guitar. I have friends that had guitars there, and I would just go buy one at a store.
Yeah.
And then when I leave, whenever I go on a trip like that, I'll buy a guitar and I'll give it to someone when I leave, to a friend or like a street musician or something. Like it's kind of cool to be like, here's $100 guitar. But it's better than that piece of garbage you're playing that's covered
super
in trash.
Cool, man.
They're like,
yeah.
So it's a good way to meet people.
Yep. Yeah. Well, you have a great personality for it, man. Yeah,
Thanks. I look up to like street musicians and stuff. I think that's like, and people like guitar's like my hobby and playing songs. It's really fun. And like I was kind of a starving musician like in college, but I wasn't like a starving musician.
Yeah.
Like people that got to go out there every day and they open up their guitar case and like are living off of those tips they get.
Busking.
Some of the best musicians I've ever seen have been like just. Looks like they haven't showered in a month and they're just out there grinding and playing it because they love to do it, and it's like, and they have to do it. They have to do it.
You have to.
And the talent out there is just like, it's crazy.
There's so much talent out there, and that's like I said, that's the hard part right now is to stand out and be seen. Just because there's so many cool people doing cool things right now, and when you see video of somebody doing it, then you're like, oh, that's possible, and then you can do it, and then you can get better, and then they see that, and it's just a constant.
You gotta like set up
thing.
Like your Instagram and your Facebook. You gotta set up to like. Just look at stuff that inspires you. Don't look at. I call it to my friends to get caught in the reels. You're just like, they're like, oh shit, 2 hours just went by. What the fuck? I don't even know what I watched.
What'd you take in? Yeah,
just a bunch of stupid stuff. But like, you can set it up so it's like there's really good like art pages where people do just like. I saw this thing the other day, and this guy's like in this barber shop and there's hair all over the ground, and he takes like this like piece of plastic and he starts like it looks like he's chopping lines, but with hair.
Yeah.
And he did this like portrait of Sid Vicious, and it was like amazing. It's made of like just like cut hair from the barber shop. It is like amazing. You know, at the end he's just like,
and
swipes away, and I was like, God, that was like it was so good, and it was made with just hair clippings, and it's like I can't even.
And he made it just to make it. He made it just to make it
later, whatever.
Yeah, I just finished
one every day. You know,
I just finished a 1,000-piece puzzle the other day. I got fixated. I was up to like 3 a.m.
Oh,
right. Do you do puzzles or?
I used to do it with my grandma. Yeah, and it's like that gives me anxiety. It's like
it's my girlfriend has anxiety, and she just got diagnosed with ADHD, and it's like
welcome aboard.
Yeah, she was just like, what? And I'm just like having like a great time, and she's like stressing out. She's like, why?
She's like, wait. These pieces need to be together. They're not together. Why are they? Squirrel.
It's a great balance, man. It is a great balance, man.
That's really good though. They teach you patience because you want to get all of them done. And it's like, well, it's 1,000 pieces, and you have like 150 of them done. You're not going to finish tonight.
It's just time. And there's lessons to be learned. There's lessons everywhere, man. I go on a lot of hikes. And I always walk
symbolism
away. I
everywhere.
always walk away, dude. Lately, I just got back from a men's retreat that I helped my girlfriend's dad do. You know, I'm trying to find my spirituality as well. Like we had talked about my mushroom thing, but you know, I still consider myself an atheist of some sorts. And so I went to this men's camp, right? And it's, you know, a Bible camp, and but I was walking the stream, and I just kept wanting to photograph moss on these rocks, and I was like, man, that's great. Boom, and I photographed it. And of course I get home, and now I'm just like, man, why do I have so many pictures of this moss? So I look up moss symbolism, and it's just like, oh, it's rebirth, it's humility, it's all that. And I'm like, because like
humble moss,
we just talked about like, you know, I do feel like this year I'm at my lowest point, you know, in life. I'm in a great relationship, you know, that's amazing, but everywhere else is I'm really struggling, right? And I'm just like within like the last month and a half, I feel like I've been on an upward trajectory.
That's fantastic.
And so like to see that and to kind of see the symbolism in multiple cultures that see it that see moss as that way, I'm like, okay, that makes sense.
And you acknowledge it and you can talk about it. That's great. You know, everyone gets rough patches, you know, those rough patches. It's like, you know, it's just it is what it is. It's how you handle it. One of our songs is kind of about that. Is the chorus. It's like, it's how you handle it.
Yeah.
It's how you handle it. Like life's going to come at you.
Yep.
All different directions. You're going to hit with curveballs and sucker punches, and you're just, you know, you're going to get beat up. Some of us more than others. But, and you just got to breathe and choose how to react, because you have a choice of how to react to everything.
Yes.
And like, I say this all calm now, but like I have a temper. I have, you know, I'm a work in progress, but like that's what it is. It's like, how are you going to react to this situation?
Yeah.
So if you have a good hobby like playing guitar or piano or something, or, you know, anything, swimming,
going on
like
jokes,
an ice plunge, like whatever you got to do, like do that.
Do you have a place for an ice plunge here?
I have one. I have one of those blow up ones. I haven't set it up yet. I should have. Now it's going to start getting cold.
I'm so scared.
In the next couple months here.
I'm so scared to do one of those.
I do cryotherapy. I go to Tempe Cryo.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I love it.
Yeah, I've done it once.
I wish I had it when I was playing football. It would have helped so much.
Yeah.
But that's really I like it. It's only 3 minutes. You go in there up to the neck.
I listened to a Rage Against the Machine song when I did it.
It's great.
Let's go, dude.
It's so great. I feel great out. It doesn't last super long, but like you're in and out. It's pretty cheap. And it's fun. It's like taking 3 or 4 shots of espresso to the dome when you get out. You're like, whoa.
It is. I remember the first time I started taking cold showers, like 2 years ago. I was taking cold showers, and I would get out, and I'm just like,
that first one, you're like, I don't want to do this. You do it, and you're like, whoa.
Well, and it's as cold as Arizona. I mean, it doesn't get that. In the winter, it gets fairly cold, but it doesn't get cold like in other places, or like a polar plunge, like an ice bath. But you still get some of those. I would feel those endorphins going off of my body, being like, yo, we almost died, dude.
I saw a guy. It's a guy on Instagram. There's probably a lot of them, but like they're like, it's discipline. It's like discipline. The definition of discipline is doing something that you don't want to do, but like you're doing it for your future self.
Yeah.
It's like, this is gonna suck, but I'll be better after it. Like willing to do that for yourself is a huge step.
Yeah.
But I like this moss thing. I'm like thinking about that. That's really cool, dude. The symbols, like there's symbols everywhere.
It is
everywhere. You just have to. You just gotta open your eyes and just let it happen. Like a lot of times you question stuff. It's like, well, is that? And I just go for it now. If I see something that's like, oh, that reminds me of my friend or my whoever, and it's like, or like I see something that reminds me of my mom, I'm like, I'm gonna call my mom today. I just go with it, and it's usually right. Like your gut and your intuition.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's the way to go. It's like your heart is, it's sweet, but it's kind of stupid sometimes. Your brain overanalyzes everything.
Yep.
You get mathematical and like numbers and like it's logical. It's like gut. Yeah. Gut is where to go.
Gut is it.
Your gut has been there.
Yes.
Long time.
Yeah.
It's been with you since the beginning. I think it's right more than the other two.
Your intuition. I've been saying that a lot lately as well, man. So it's interesting to hear you,
especially
say that.
in like dire times or in times that like if you're slipping or falling, are you gonna like use your heart or no? It's your gut. Like what do I do immediately? Like what do I need to do?
Yeah.
Like I think that hits you first.
And we try to reason it away, or is it in line?
I should do that. Yeah. Or like, oh, it's gonna hurt someone's feelings. It's like, no, just go. Like, it's you talking to you.
Yeah.
Your bio, whatever.
Yeah, your microbiome.
Yeah, your microbiome.
It's huge. We have all those organisms inside of us, man. We're
just
our universe.
We're disgusting. We're just flesh bags filled with like we have more bacteria than cells. I think now that's the new count. We have like.
In the small intestine,
there's like hundreds of billions of cells and like 1 trillion bacteria that constantly, like since we've been talking, like the cells in our mouths have already like died and like gone to wherever. They've been replaced. That's wild.
Oh man, cell hell. Yeah, they have. And there's hundreds of mites on your eyelids right now. If you're listening to this.
Yeah. You're never alone. You ever think you're alone? You're not. You go to sleep at night. There's bugs that live just in our like eyebrows, and they come out at night and like eat like dead skin and go back and hide in your head.
Dude, that's so gross.
It's real stuff. So you're never alone. Don't ever think you're alone. You're not.
No, you're not alone.
You have 1 trillion friends, bacteria.
Yeah.
There's some good ones, some bad ones. You just got to weed out the bad ones.
That's true. Just drink some kombucha. You'll be all right.
I love kombucha.
Yeah.
Well, like the ones I like. Not all kombucha is the same.
Yeah,
you gotta find like a flavor you like.
Yeah, for sure. I can't do the hardcore green ones.
I found I like the one that's like pink lady apple or something. It's delicious. It's delicious. It's like seltzer.
Yeah. There's some good ones. The CTs, man. So who's opening up with you guys at the Pub Rock show, or is it a solo gig?
Oh no, this is our album release. This is a big one. Here's the flyer. This is your poster.
Yes.
I'll sign it later. It'll be worth like 5 cents less.
Hell yeah.
But we have Highest Conspiracy. These guys are awesome. It's Fine, Urban Life, and Pride Through Strife. Oh, this one's black. This is the old one. It's all blacked out.
Oh, got you. That's Pride Through Strife?
Yeah.
Nice. I know those guys.
Yes, the quadruplets.
I'm like, wait, who's in today?
The triplets and Chris. Yeah, they're really good friends of ours. They're great. They're probably gonna close out the show. They'll play for like 2 hours. So we're gonna play in the middle.
Okay, hell yeah, I like that.
Because I'm older and smarter now. I'm like, well, I don't want to play last because then I can't hang out after. So we'll play right in the middle, and then hang out at the merch booth and just get to see these are all my friends' bands playing. So like we've all been playing for years together. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really excited. And the food trucks. We're having a raffle.
Okay.
It says on the flyer there, like I pay Andy from Neato pays your October rent up to $500.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I had to put the up to 500 in case someone comes in and they win and they have a $3,000 mortgage or something. I'm like, oh shit! But $5 raffle tickets, and you can win. Someone's going home with $500 cash, and we have second and third place are gift cards, like Amazon cards.
Dude, that's awesome.
Tons of stickers. Picking up all new merch on Thursday. Gonna do a bunch of fun social media stuff this week.
Hell yeah!
And I'm really excited. I know the owner, Nancy. She's great, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's good. I'm excited. I like the place, man.
It's fun. It's like a little medium, like small medium venue, and just like
I've played it a few times, and they had an open mic comedy night on Tuesdays that I would hit up. I don't think that's going on anymore, but it's a fun spot, man. I like it a lot.
And Chris Broadman from Lit Lighting. Chris Lit is going to do the lighting for our show, and awesome. He did the lighting for the video, the Neato video.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like it's very pro. I'm going pro this time. I'm usually pretty rough around the edges, but I'm trying to
It's a 17-song album.
It's a 17-song album. My birthday was last Wednesday. My bass player Christian, his birthday was like a couple days ago, I think, or yesterday. So it's like a double birthday party extravaganza album release, like soiree. Yeah.
Heck yeah, man.
All those things.
I'm loving it, man.
And I've been practicing, which is really good. I practice every day. It's going to be fun to play these new songs. Some of these songs we've never played as a band. Like we're doing them in practice now, but
Yeah.
it's like they were written in the studio, or like I wrote them like however many years ago, and everyone did their parts.
Yep.
And it all came out, but it's like, ooh, let's try it.
Now we got to do it.
So we got one more practice. We practice tomorrow night, and then yeah, that's it. Now we have some guest musicians too, some featured artists.
Dope.
Our friend Big Mad Krishan is gonna. He's like he's a good friend of ours. He helps us do all kinds of stuff like set up sound. Him and my friend Daniel. Krishan's gonna rap on the song. He's got gave him like 16 bars on one of these songs.
Yeah,
it's gonna be really good. And then my friend Tabitha is she did the violin on the album.
Okay,
so
I know
she's
Tabitha.
coming to the show. Yeah, she's coming to the show. And,
Violator.
Yes, from Violator. Yeah, she's in
yeah.
a new band now. Oh, they're called the Incidentals.
Oh,
That's who
nice.
She's playing with now. She's over here the other day. I put a bunny. Here's a big bunny mask. I took I put my unicorn thing on. I put the bunny when I took pictures. It's so funny. It looks funny. I don't think we're wearing the masks at the show though. They're too too hot in there, man.
Man, our hats off to furries on that one though.
Yeah, seriously, it's work. It's like whoa, it's hot in there. But yeah, we'll have a violinist. She's gonna play in like 4 or 5 songs. It's gonna be so much fun. Ricardo, who our engineer who recorded us, is doing sound.
He's gonna do sound, yeah,
which is great because he probably knows. I think Ricardo knows our songs the best, and then Shoei, our drummer, and then me probably. Like I think they just know him better. I'm like,
they're my songs, but
they're my songs, but they're ours. They're ours.
Yeah.
I'm a team player.
Yeah, of course, man. You have to. I mean, I was there when I was, watching all you guys create, the melody for Todo Mi Todito.
Mi de Todito,
Yeah. So it's you have an idea up here, but you're crafting the other pieces around it too.
Yeah, I had this dream. Like I had that unicorn mask from our like live stream. Just like I was in charge of sets, so I really props and like stupid stuff just to like have fun with, right? And I had a dream one night that I was running on the beach with that mask on, and I woke up and it was like a symbol. I'm like, and I just couldn't get this dream. Usually I forget my dreams a lot if I don't write them down. I was just thinking about it all day. It's just me running down the beach with a stupid bobblehead thing on, right? And I'm like, I got to do something with it. So like we were towards the end of the album. Yeah. And I'm like, well, let's just get a video. We'll release a single first, Yep. Or release it, that week. And it's pretty cool. It just came together. I'm like, and I just had this idea and I put together, it kind of follows it almost exactly follows the storyline, which is it's all a true story, but just metaphorical now because I'm not a unicorn, obviously, and she's not a panda, but it's a really cool video. It came out great. It's like family. It's like family friendly. Yeah. And like I was telling you earlier, it's like you got to be authentic. It's like it's hard because everything has been done. It seems like it's like
it really does.
You've seen bands before. You've seen love stories. You've seen this. You've seen that. It's like all right, and you have 1.7 seconds to get someone's attention, and then you got to keep it. And it's like all right. Well, I mean, everyone's seen bands play. Yeah. So if you see like, hey, watch a band play, it's like cool.
But let's see what happens to this unicorn guy.
But like, I'm riding like the beach wagon, the sand wagon, and the electric car, and just funny vehicles, and just.
It's a great video.
And I was like, the band needs to be animals too. You need to be like an animal band. So
you started ordering.
On Amazon, it was kind of funny to like assign them their characters, and it worked out. Yeah, it worked out really good. But hats off to my band; they're the best because it was really hot in August. Down at Lit Lighting in a 12,000 square foot warehouse. It was great. We had the swamp cooler, but like the doors are open. It's hot. Woo! We stayed there. I think we went. It was like 6 hours or something. It was pretty brutal. We were smiling in those masks. We're like, because they don't have this one expression. It's like everyone's happy and like okay. Break. Take a 5-minute break. Stand in front of the fan. We take the mask off. Everyone's just like sweating and just like, oh my god. And like my director was there, and we're like, oh, we need to get like one more hour. We got to get like this one last shot. We almost have everything, and like.
Damn.
I'm really glad no one died.
You pulled through. Yeah, no right. Heat stroke or something.
I gave everyone a little bonus, a little cash bonus. I bought pizza and beers and stuff, and we made a night out of it. And then they did great. And then I flew to LA with my friend Serafina and with Ray, my director, and the three of us did all the beach scenes and like the storyline part.
Nice.
Knocked it out in a few days. It was a lot of fun. The Ventura Pier, Manhattan Beach Pier. We went to Palos Verdes. It was nice. It was fun.
Yeah,
there's a scene where I'm on the cliff right there. I'm on the cliff, and he's like, just like.
Is that below that nudist or above the nudist beach?
No, but that's around the corner a ways. But yeah, it's off PV Drive south, I think. And I'm on that cliff, and like we got this great shot when it's over the ocean. Yeah, and and Ray's flying it back, and it crashed in the tree. That place is called Roots. Like we used to go smoke weed there in high school.
Nice.
Because it's like this tree's on the cliff, and the dirt has like been weathered away. So like the roots are there. You can like sit on them. Like it's like it's like bleachers almost, and you're looking at like, you know, heaven basically, like the ocean right there. And the drone got stuck in the tree, and we're like, "There's no one over there. There's a bunch of like mansions and like, but no people ever." And it's like, "Oh my god, how are we gonna get this out?" And we're like putting our tripods together. Like I'm trying to knock it out.
Yeah.
You know, Seraphina's gonna catch it, but she's like on the cliff. And I'm like, "Wait, this is not good. Something bad's gonna happen." And Ray's like, "Oh, we just want to have a drone." I'm like, no, we got to figure this out. So I walked back up the hill to the car, and there happened to be these contractors there. These 3 Mexican guys like stopped to like, they were doing a job over there, and they just stopped right there to eat their lunch. And I'm walking up to the car, and they have 3 ladders and like all these poles on their car. Yeah, and I'm like, oh my god, yes, it's like heaven, like it's like a gift.
Yeah.
It's like, god damn it, we're gonna make this video. And so I gave him $20 to like, I'm like, "Here, can I borrow your ladder?" And he's like, "I'll do it." And he came and got the ladder and got out of the tree. It was like just out of reach from us. It was so frustrating because I could like touch it, but I couldn't. There's no way we could get it.
Yeah.
So the ladder came. It was like an angel, you know. It's
Right
like,
time, right
the
place,
universe is like,
man.
"Oh, you need to make this video. Here's a ladder and poles, everything you need."
Yeah.
So we got the drone back.
Damn,
we got those killer shots.
That's
We were gonna
cool.
leave
That's
it there. It's like, oh
No, man.
And that was the first shot. That was the first scene.
Oh, really?
We flew in and stayed at my parents' house, and when we drove up to Palos Verdes that morning, it was like the first scene. It's
like, we're cursed.
We're losing the drone. Like,
Already.
oh, shit. I know.
No, it was beautifully shot, man. The first, as soon as I saw it for the first time, I was like, man, this is a great editing, great camera work, all of that, man.
The director's great. She's, you know, she's the director. She's also like my handler. You know, Andy I need direction. I do. Because I'll do whatever, but like, give me like some bullet points. You know, like, do this, do that.
What do I need to attack? You know,
she's great. She gets all the shots. She's been helping me with our social media for the last couple months. Like she's fantastic. Ray Squared Productions.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Put her on, man. I like that. Heck yeah, man. Well, let the people know how they can follow you, man. All your shenanigans and your travel. And
you can follow me on my personal Instagram. That's fun. I go there first. It's Andy from Neato.
Yeah.
And I think that links to our TikTok. Our YouTube is Neato Official.
Okay.
And probably the picture of that unicorn's probably will pop up. And what else is there? Facebook. I think. Oh, the band is Neato_band at Instagram.
Okay.
And yeah, I just got to find one, and then we're all linked up properly now. So everything's like kind of linked. Before it was like, oh god, pull my hair out. I don't know. Like I don't know. Now everything's like if you find one, you'll find the rest.
It'll link to each one.
But yeah, we're about halfway done with our second video, our second single.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna get to work on the third here pretty soon. I think I'm gonna go.
What songs are you telling people what songs those are so they can be on the lookout?
Yeah, why not? The next video is going to be called it's for the song Holy Shit.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's a heavier one, right?
It's the first song after the intro.
Yeah.
The intro I called it Duction intro.
Yeah.
It's got to be authentic. I'm like, introduction, that just sounds so, I've heard it before. So Duction intro. Katie's actually the composer. I gave her composing credit. So that was cool. I pulled it up today and like it's like composer Katie.
Bang bang.
I was like, cool. I took a picture. I was like, look at it.
Hell yeah.
All right. So I'm like just doing these chords. I was a big I grew up in South Bay, California, so like I'm a big Pennywise fan. And the album Unknown Road, where they start with like a piano.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want something like that. She wrote something,
epic.
and it's killer. And actually, right now, it has the most plays on Spotify. Really? I mean, I know it's first, but but it's getting like people are listening to it like 2 or 3 times. So I'm really happy about that.
Yeah, it was very good. Yeah, very beautiful. Very beautiful. So you're doing Holy Shit, and then
it goes into Holy Shit, which is like it's kind of like metal. Like I don't know.
It is.
Yeah, it's definitely my edgier side, but it has like some reggae. I don't know.
Yeah,
every song's different. That's why Ricardo didn't quit because. That's why I didn't quit because every song was different. Super fun for an engineer. He's like, all right, I got another one, and he kept bringing new songs, and he's like, oh, this is great.
Yep.
Every song's different. Try to get album to have like something for everyone. Like my favorite album, one of my favorite albums of all time. Like if I was stuck on a desert island, you got one album.
Yeah.
For like eternity, like what would it be? I would pick Sublime 40 Ounces of Freedom.
Okay.
Just because it has so much different shit on it.
Yeah.
I'm less likely to like get bored with it.
Mm-hmm,
So I always wanted to make something like that. So this is kind of like my stab at that. And I like it.
Yeah.
And I get bored. Like,
yes.
Man, I couldn't play in a band where it's just playing the same 3 chords. I'm like,
Yeah. No, you need some versatility. I mean, I grew up listening to hip hop and a lot of like rap rock, that type of stuff. And like all their songs are so different, man. Because, you know, in the hip hop realm, it came from a different producer, you know, not the whole album wasn't one producer. So I'm so used to it having
hip-hop,
different
like
flavors.
invented like featured artists.
Yeah.
I love that. How you bring other people into the spotlight. Like that's really cool.
And then
I
for
like that.
sampling, man, then I would track down the sample and then I would listen to that artist. And I would find new artists from listening to these new guys where people were like, oh, they're not even writing their own music. Okay, well, cool. Let me find those artists too.
Yeah.
And now I like them.
Everything's together. Yeah. And like Sublime brought together different, like, it was really popular like late 90s. And I mean, it's still popular.
Yeah,
but
they're so
like,
huge.
Your friend that likes hip hop but doesn't like reggae.
Yeah.
You know, or your friend that likes punk but doesn't like hip hop or whatever, and like you just put that album on, and like you start people who like this kind of music. Well, I kind of like this kind of music now too. It's like anything that, like expands your mind, and like it's great. It's like you help people grow that way.
Exactly.
If you listen to the same music all the time, like it's got to be boring, and it's probably not good for you.
No.
I mean, not as good for you as like listening to other stuff. Like it's really important to have an open mind.
Yeah. Having those
Towards
different
as much
perspectives
stuff,
on
yeah,
anything,
on
anything and everything, man. Physicality is big on me and my physical health and longevity, and a lot of it stems from stretching. And I think
I wish I stretched more when I was younger.
Stretching, you live in the discomfort, man. I realized I was like, I'm constantly pushing my boundaries in that sense because I'm trying to stretch a little further than I did last time. And I think that's why, like, I have been quite open to different ideas and information.
No pain, no gain.
Like yeah, man. I'm comfortable in being uncomfortable. You know?
That's good. That's where you're growing. It's like traveling, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of pushing yourself a little bit. I took yoga for a while. I took Dawn yoga, and my instructor told me something really cool. He's like, you stretch. He's like, when you stretch, he's like, smile. And when you can't smile, stop. That's where you stop.
Oh.
I thought that was so interesting because I'm like, what, really? And then again, I was like, and you get to that point where like, I was like, okay, because any farther, it's going to be, you know.
You could be doing something.
You could hurt yourself.
Yeah.
But like, you got to, and enjoy it. It teaches you to like just smile when you do everything.
Yeah.
Smile. When you can't smile, then it's like, okay, reassess the situation, whether it's stretching or anything else, really.
Well, that actually speaks to a quote I'm going to share recently, and it's not mine. It's not mine. Yeah. There's this guy, Ross Everly, I think is his name, and he's known right now for having like these ridiculous endurance challenges, like the longest swim in a lake, in a river, like 60 hours. Yeah. But he talks about the story of Sisyphus, which was a Greek god, or probably the smartest guy ever, right? And in Greek mythology, he would constantly outsmart the gods, and so then the gods punished him, Sisyphus, to push the boulder up of the mountain, right? That guy.
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah.
And he gets to the top, he rolls back down.
Uphill both ways. Yeah.
And so there's another philosopher that was like, so imagine Sisyphus is put in that position, he outsmarts the gods, but how could he still win? How would he be able to still win in that situation if you picture him smiling as he's pushing up the boulder? Because you're gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna go through it, man. You're gonna be pushing that boulder, and he's there punished for the eternity by this. But guess what? He's smiling. And now, like, what are the gods? What can they do at that point?
That's fantastic.
That reminds me, you smile while you're doing it, man.
The British, they call it Thailand, the land of 10 million smiles.
Yeah.
And my first trip there, I remember I was kind of in I was definitely in a low place, and I was coming out of it, and like I went there, and I remember being on the subway. The subway is like you could like eat off the floor there. It's people have like manners. Like it's like there's some dirty parts, but like places where there's a lot of people like using like transportation and commerce and
it's
stuff.
Clean
like,
for
it's
that.
pretty clean, yeah. And then they have a Sky Train. It's called Sky Train, like the magnet train. It's like the L train in Chicago, but like super clean and like less violent and like less crime on it. And I remember I was sitting on this subway. I was going from one part of the city to the other in Bangkok, which is like huge. Like I'm in a big hotel, and I'm like, I see a bunch of buildings over there, and I'm like, oh, that's downtown. Oh wait, that's downtown. There's like several downtowns because it's just so big. Yeah. And I'm riding the train, and I'm like kind of squished in there with these people, And I see this old lady, and she like kind of smiles at me, and I smile at her. It's a really old lady. She's like 100. She's so old. It was awesome. And she's like smiles at me, and she has like her smile gets bigger, and she's like missing teeth. And it's just like it's so cute. I smiled at her, and like I noticed the man next to her saw me, and then he like smiled and nodded, and then I looked this way, and then this person smiled, and then like over the course of like 15, 20 seconds, everyone on this train, there's like 70 people like crammed in this one car, and it's like everyone was smiling, and it was the coolest thing ever, because I felt like I hadn't smiled in like months or like years before that, so I was like, felt really good. It's really cool. But yeah, I always think of that. It's the land of 10 million smiles, and like I knew right then. I'm like, oh well, that's why you smile. Like it's contagious there.
It is contagious.
Man. I wish it was like that here. I'm trying to make it like that. As much as I can.
Same, man.
We've just been fed all this like fear stuff. So everyone like,
watch out for your neighbor.
I know all my neighbors. If my house catches on fire, my neighbor better call the fire department if I'm not home.
Yeah,
or something.
I grew up
on a cul-de-sac. I grew up in a cul-de-sac in California, Southern California, in the 80s and 90s. And like I knew all my neighbors, and everyone knew everyone. And it's like sometimes here, it's like you go outside, neighbors are like,
well, no, like I said,
fear your neighbor.
They're changing so much too. People are in and out.
True.
That's
the revolving door.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of like but yeah, I have to know who's like living next door to me. I think it's important.
Of course.
I have to know who's like serving me my food. I'm always like, what was your name? Like. I don't know. Gotta be more personable.
Yeah.
I read this, or I saw this show, or did I read an article? I can't remember. I don't know. Basically, kids who are born like right now are going to spend like 90% of their lives in front of a screen. That was a very interesting fact. I was like, maybe not a computer screen, but it's just like everything is
a screen.
Everything's have a screen.
Everything's like, being automated.
You have like a focal, on
right?
Your eye, like the Monopoly, monocle, but it's like digital and connected to the your neural implant, or I don't know.
No, there's something to be said about stuff being more efficient and like going through a screen like that where it's nice. It's like, nah, man, like, hey, go through the process of doing something, in a traditional way, or in a, like something that slows you down.
It's weird. You go to like McDonald's and it's like, where's all the people? Oh,
just
the screen.
Doop.
Yeah, the screen.
Food,
There's like one cook in the back. It's like, oh,
wow. Is there a McDonald's that's
my fake food? And I can't even talk to a person to order it. It's like, hey, robot.
Well, now it makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's like, okay, that makes sense for McDonald's.
Fake food now is that. Yeah, I think there's a McDonald's that's fully automated. I feel like that's who.
I'm sure there is somewhere.
Like there's
probably in Japan. Japan's so ahead of the curve on stuff like that. I love it.
Talk about a clean place, right?
Yes, I've only been to the airport. I want to go. I was in Tokyo, and it was the airport was wild. It was really cool.
Nice, man.
When you travel, you see other airports and stuff, and you're like, our airports are kind of boring. Like, the airport's like beautiful.
Yeah. There's the architecture.
Oh, the architecture and like statues and like all this great history and culture. And you're like, wow, we have guns and hot dogs. Like that's what we got. Guns, hot dogs, barbecue.
Did you visit a lot of like religious places?
I went to so many temples.
Yeah.
I studied Buddhism for like, I took like this like beginner course thing by my apartment that I had out there with my girlfriend for a while.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I had life-changing stuff.
Yeah.
Bangkok's perfect because I don't really like big cities. Like I wouldn't want to live in New York, and like I left LA, and there's just too many people. It's kind of it's a lot. People are stacked up building,
Yep.
But Bangkok has like this intense spiritual side, because there's like the grand palaces there, like where the king lives, and like all these temples everywhere. And it used to be a Hindu nation, but then the Buddhists came, and like 900 years ago or whatever, and it's very spiritual. And then at night, it's like the coolest, funnest nightlife like ever. Like it's like I like that opposite extremes. Like wake up in the morning. I wake up early and I go with the monks. I bring them food and like they teach me like prayers to say, and I go in this room and I do all this like really spiritual stuff. And then I would like go to Muay Thai training after, and then I would like on the weekends. I was like, then I go out to the bars, and it's like wild. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. Everyone's so nice. They love Americans. They love foreigners, and like. Beautiful place.
That's cool, man.
And I can like eat lobster every day if I want there, because I'm like, you get off the plane, I'm like rich. I'm like, oh, all right, this is different. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It was a long way. That's why did you run into a bunch of expats there too?
Yeah, but not too many. I try to stay away from people that like I don't know. Just it sounds rude, but it's
would
like
be familiar.
I don't want to, so I'm like, oh, hi, you're from Pittsburgh, and I'm like, I didn't really come all the way over here to like, hang out with you. Like, I want to go talk to. I want to learn the language. I want to like get immersed. I don't just want to go there and like buy a T-shirt and take a boat ride. That go back, like, I went to Thailand. It's like, no, you didn't go to Thailand. Like I was out at my girlfriend's, her parents' rice farm. I had a really cool moment out in the rice paddy in the mud, no phone. I had this moment like everyone was gone, and I was out working, like cleaning this like ditch and like just standing there in the rice paddy in the middle of nowhere with no phone. There's no power lines. There's no airplanes flying over. I was like at this intense feeling of being alone. It felt really good. It felt dangerous. Not that I was in danger, but I was just like, wow, I'm just like a man standing on this planet in the middle of nowhere.
Exactly.
Like there's no one around.
Yeah.
Like I heard, that was like the first time in my life, like I heard like real silence. Like I was really like just, it was wild. It was pretty cool.
Did the hum upstairs subside?
I couldn't hear my air conditioning and planes and cars, and like, it was nothing. It was stillness. Just hear like the grass blow and like just standing in a puddle of mud.
Yeah.
Hoping like a poisonous snake doesn't like bite me or something, or hoping a tiger doesn't come out.
That'd be a way to go,
can't
man.
Scream for help. It's like,
no
one will hear you.
You're feeding Mother Nature at that point, right?
Yeah,
I guess.
Just give him back.
Honorable way to go out.
Give him back. That would be pretty cool, though. It's like, well, oh no, he didn't come back. What happened? He got eaten by a freaking tiger.
Tiger, bro. Andy. God down. A tribute to the show. All right, man. Well, let's bring this home, brother. So we got a show on Saturday. I'm gonna plan to release this on Friday.
Okay, cool, man.
So Thursday I'll put a little promo video out, and then Friday.
Sounds good.
Wednesday or Thursday or Friday.
Here's the flyer. Pub Rock Live, 8005 East Roosevelt, however you want to say it.
Yeah.
Scottsdale. It's like McKellips and like Oak. McKellips and Roosevelt.
Yeah. Hayden, and between McKellips and McDowell.
Yes.
It's a cool spot. Definitely get
$10,
out.
$10 cover. All of it's going to the bands.
Yes.
$5 raffle tickets inside
to get your rent paid up to $500.
The pot's already there. There's already $500 put away in an envelope, so it's not depending on the ticket. Like, if one person comes and they're the only person who buys a raffle ticket, they win $500 cash out the door.
Done.
And it should be fun. I think there's gonna be a couple food trucks.
Yeah, you said tacos and pizza.
Tacos and pizza, I think, and drinks, and a lot of good people, really good bands. Like these are some of my favorite people that play in these bands. It's gonna be a good time.
It's great, man.
And the new album's out.
Yes,
We Out Here is out here everywhere on all your music platforms.
Yeah, where should they get it? Should they hit Bandcamp or your website, or how should
however
it
they
best
want,
consumed?
Whatever makes them the happiest. Like you can go to YouTube and listen to everything on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can go to Spotify, Apple, Amazon. We're on there's like 20 major ones and some others, and we're on a bunch of playlists now too. So that's really cool.
Man, congratulations.
Our numbers are going up there, trying to get some traction for what I don't know. It's just cool to look at the stats. I'm like, oh, cool. People are listening to me like in the Philippines. It's rad. That's
cool, man.
I see that call. It's be like, hey, we have a radio station out here. You want to come out here? I'll make it happen. Make it happen.
Like you said, just buy the ticket. Yeah, figure it out later.
It's like U.S., Brazil, Philippines. Like Germany's pretty good. Like I'm like,
Germany, I've noticed that has always been a good market for music. Germany and Japan.
I was in Germany in 2012, and I brought like early Neato CDs with me, and I made a bunch of friends. And like I've always had listeners in Germany. It makes me happy because I know it's my friends in all the cities I went to. So
yeah, of course.
It's pretty cool. It's kind of cool. You have the internet and. Pretty cool.
You can see that. I know my buddy's trying to get me out to Switzerland. Him and his band.
Switzerland is gorgeous. I took the train going to the tunnels in the Alps, and like I was like I thought I was in a postcard. It was like it was so beautiful. It was like I was just, how is this even real? It's like perfect. It's like it's like Crystal Geyser, like Evian, like water bottles. The picture. It's like you go into the picture.
Wow.
It was wild. It was so cool.
I love it.
We were smoking hash though, so
it hit extra hard.
Yeah, hit extra hard.
Well, this Saturday is going to hit extra hard. Guys, get out to Pub Rock and listen to some Neato, man.
Yeah, listen to Neato. Say hi to us. Drop us a line. Shows. Doors at 7. First band's at 8.
Yeah.
And bring your friends. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Heck yeah.
We have a whole thing planned. So
Beautiful, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Pretty good.
Andy, thanks for coming on, man. You're an awesome dude.
Thanks for coming over. I don't have to go anywhere. This is great. Yeah. Do this every week if you want.
Hell yeah, bro. We talked about a soundtrack, man. You willing to write a soundtrack for the show?
I will.
Dude.
And then have me on in a month. And we'll do it.
Yeah,
I'll work on it. I just have to write it down because if I don't write something down, it won't happen.
Write it down.
I just got to write it on like my calendar.
Write it down.
30 second jingle.
I've already gone 5 years with that one. So
the theme song for the show, we did a couple shows, and I was gonna have a new show called AndyLand.
Yeah.
And I have the theme song, but we didn't do the show. It's kind of like just a place where I am now, you know.
Yeah.
And it's on the album.
Hell yeah,
it's 1
man.
minute, and it's fantastic. I wrote a song about AndyLand.
AndyLand.
Welcome to AndyLand. It's fantastic.
Well, I've loved my time at AndyLand, man, and we should do it again sometime.
Welcome back anytime.
All right, thanks, Andy.
Yeah.
All right, guys, peace out. Adios.
Laters. That was fun. Oh wait. And we're done.